But there have been some very interesting smoke signals that I want to point out here. First of all, the president on May 2nd, as I'm sure you know, and I'm sure you talked about, said maybe we need a sixth branch of the military because we're doing so much stuff in space, we'll call it the Space Force. But wait a minute, what are we doing in space? And why did he then say, we're very close to being able to go to Mars? No, we're not. You know, that should be many years away. So this idea that he put out there of a Space Force, and you even have the video of these cadets behind him, and they're kind of smirking because they don't know what he's talking about. They think it's ridiculous.
Right.
But it totally fits with what we've been talking about. Alex Jones went from being a total skeptic, and now he talks about the secret space program, and he's got secret space program insiders on there, like this guy Zach, who worked for Lockheed Martin. And then the thing that really was provocative for me, and this was all in the last week, and I haven't even had a chance to write an article about this, so maybe I'll write something up and we'll link to this show. Once you get the video up and everything, we'll link to this show, and that'll be part of the article.
Okay.
But there was a very curious two words, and those two words jumped out at me as if they were shining with light, and it said Sky Event. And then, very shortly after that, a picture of a hotel was uploaded by Q, where there's three hotel buildings, or whatever they are. They are skyscrapers of some kind. They're black. They're all the same height. And then there's this, what looks like a tube on top of all three of them. Now, I don't even know what that is. It might be something in China where it's like a walkway that goes between the buildings that has trees on it. I don't know. But what it looks like is a cigar-shaped UFO type of craft. And they post this picture and they just leave it hanging there with no explanation. And another thing that's very interesting is that in the same initial article that attacked Alex Jones, that has gotten the whole internet so lit up, the people that are following QAnon, which are in the millions. So I don't know if I'd agree with you, Jimmy, about 100 out of 100 wouldn't know about it. It's surprising how many people I've found who do know something about it. So if Q goes and lights up Alex Jones and you know, gives him some trouble by linking to this article, okay, you read the article and there's multiple references to Jordan Sather, who has been following up on all of the work that I've been doing for 25 years, doing a great job, interviewing the same people I've interviewed. He's interviewed Corey, he's interviewed Emery, he's interviewed William Tompkins, and he's a fearless guy, and he's a patriot, and I think he's amazing. So Jordan Sather is he's the other secret space program guy. There's not very many of us. And they linked to that article. So it's Sky Event, you know, linking to Jordan Sather, showing us this picture of this cigar-shaped, what looks like a cigar-shaped craft, and then we have Trump saying Space Force, sixth branch of the military, and we're going to go to Mars really soon. All of this, to me, is indicative that they are getting ready to follow up on a briefing that we got months and months ago, which was that when the theater of war around North Korea was still looking like they were going to get hit with a really big strike to try to stop them from developing nukes, which is now, of course, not an issue, they're totally throwing up their hands in surrender and saying, we're out of the game, we want peace with South Korea. But back when it looked like there was going to need to be some sort of precision military strikes against their missile silos, the briefing we were getting, and it came in, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, was that these people in the alliance, which is, again, the U.S. military, the majority of the U.S. military has turned on the deep state. This is the core of the war that we're seeing. It's a battle between the military and the people who control the financial system and the media. So what's happening is we were told that they were going to have these triangular-shaped craft similar to the classic TR-3B, and they were going to decloak them for this strike on North Korea, and that was going to be the disclosure, that was going to be how it would start. So when I see Sky Event And then that weird picture. And Jimmy, you can probably go pull it and put it up on your site.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty trippy. It's pretty trippy.
I mean, it's not. I don't think it's photoshopped. And then they always talk about, oh yeah, we're posting original photos. These have never been online before. So I don't think it's literally a decloaked craft. My skeptic side says it's probably some kind of walkway that crosses over these three buildings so that people can go from one to the other without going through traffic.
It kind of looks like that, but the right-hand side of it continues, extends out.
That's true. That is weird.
Yeah.
I really don't know what the heck it is. And that's it. The Q thing does frustrate me a little bit. And I'm being probably too honest here, but, in the good old days, meaning like 6 months ago, we'd get briefings in plain speaking English. We would be told, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's happening. And it was very specific. Q is like a puzzle. It's encrypted. You have to decipher what they're saying. And so, it's not as easy as it used to be. It used to be just really a question of, do I promote what we're hearing? Do I write it up and put it out on the internet? Now it's like, well, it's a puzzle, and you got to crack the code. You got to solve the puzzle. So I really do think that they are now looking at some kind of decloaking that they're going to do in a big, dramatic way. And you and me and everybody in this community, we are going to be all over that stuff like white on rice as soon as it happens.
Okay, just to let you know, it is the Marina Hotel in Singapore. I'm looking at a real picture. I'm looking at 100 pictures of it, and that is indeed what it is. So it is a real hotel. That is it's almost when you look at it, it looks like they built a cruise ship. In fact, that's what it is. It's a cruise ship. It's going across the top of the three hotels.
So it is like a walkway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, that's pretty badass. I would definitely stay at that hotel.